If you watch my channel, you know I love the 2-in-1 category, and at the forefront, of course, is Microsoft and its Surface line. I was fortunate enough to check out the Surface Pro 6 last year, and it was one of my favorite 2-in-1s of all time, for good reason. Not only did it come in a matte black finish, which was absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous display, rock solid build quality, and really good versatility. I couldn't wait to get the refresh for 2019 here in the studio. I took delivery of it and I've been putting it through its paces ever since. And boy, am I glad I did. Hey everybody, it's Andrew, and this is my review of the all-new Microsoft Surface Pro 7. Coming up. Like these type of videos? Well, why not hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit that notification bell and check the box that gives you all the notifications. Now, of course, YouTube is not reliable and does not serve my videos to all my subscribers. Having said that, make sure you follow me on social media, especially Twitter and Instagram. I'll let you know when I post videos on those platforms as well. And I just wanted to take a moment to thank everyone, as the channel just surpassed the 70,000 subscriber milestone, and it's been a long road. We've had our ups and our downs. There's some good days and bad days, but we've persevered and we're on our way to 100,000 subscribers. And I just wanted to say thank you from the bottom of my heart to all of you, because I couldn't do it without you. So thank you for watching, subscribing, and continuing to support the channel. And of course, in the interest of transparency and full disclosure, I'm not being paid by Microsoft. I'm not being sponsored by Microsoft. All the opinions you're about to hear are my own, and no one is seeing this video before its release. Now, I purchased this unit with my own money, and I did not receive a review unit from Microsoft. And believe me, I asked. And with that out of the way, let's find out what you get inside the box. Let's open it up. Don't you just love that sound? Anyway, you do get some documentation, an extension cord, and a 65-watt power adapter that uses the Surface connector. And of course, you get the unit itself. Now, this is pretty much identical to the Surface Pro 6 as far as the exterior is concerned. Magnesium alloy on the outside, really good top-notch build quality. It comes in platinum silver or matte black. This time around, I went with the platinum silver. Very traditional color. That's the original color, and I really do like it, especially paired with the keyboard cover that I did choose. Now, I went with the poppy red, and it looks really good in my opinion, especially with that platinum silver. It almost has a burnt orange look, and I like that. And of course, I picked up the Surface Pen in poppy red as well. Let's match it all up. The Surface Pen uses the N-Trig pen technology, has 4,096 levels of pressure sensitivity, and is powered by one quadruple A battery. You can pick it up in platinum, burgundy, black, cobalt blue, and two new colors, all new for 2019, ice blue and poppy red. The signature type cover comes in those new colors as well as the traditional colors we've seen in the past. Now let's take a look at the port selection. Now, most of the ports reside on the right side of the device, and that's where we'll begin. Now, of course, you get your Surface connector. That's where you charge your device. You get one full-size USB-A port and one USB-C port. Now, this is new. It supports data, charge, and display out. Now, it's not Thunderbolt 3, but I am happy to have a USB-C port finally on a Microsoft Surface Pro device. And it's good to see a 3.5mm headset jack on the left side. Now, that's a dying breed, of course, so I'm glad to see it on this device. On the top is the power button and your volume rocker up and down. And lifting the kickstand reveals your micro SD card slot for storage expansion. And on the bottom is where you connect the type cover. And the magnetic connection is super strong, so the keyboard cover won't be falling off anytime soon. And the pen sticks magnetically to the side. Again, another super strong connection. You gotta love it. And it has a 165-degree kickstand, which gives you the perfect viewing angle each and every time. I have to say, I love it. And as far as the keyboard itself, it's pretty comfortable to type on, pretty decent key travel, has a multi-stage backlight that allows you to get work done in a dark room or a dimly lit environment, which is always good. And it also has a nice precision touchpad. It's a glass touchpad. Two-finger scrolling is buttery smooth, and all the Windows 10 gestures work very well. Now, if you want to use this with the pen, of course, you can sketch out artwork, take notes. The pen is excellent, and it can get the job done. And of course, one of the best ways to use it with the pen is in tablet mode. It's a relatively lightweight tablet and it's really comfortable. I actually really do like the pen to paper feel that it does have. They've done a really good job with the pen. Now when it comes to the display, we're looking at a 12.3-inch Pixel Sense display with 10-point multi-touch. It also has a resolution of 2736 by 1824. That means you're going to get a 3:2 aspect ratio, which I absolutely love because it's a nice blend between getting work done as far as productivity is concerned and consuming media, such as watching Netflix, YouTube, and the like. You get some really deep blacks, some very vibrant colors, some excellent contrast, and I have to say this is an excellent Pixel Sense display once again, and it also covers the color gamut really well. 100% sRGB, 76% Adobe RGB, making this a good choice for those creative professionals that do Lightroom, Photoshop, and of course, video editing. Now, one thing I'm not crazy about are those bezels. Now, they did manage to slim them down on the new Surface Pro X, and by the way, my video on that will be dropping in the next day or so stay tuned. But getting back to the Surface Pro 7, now I understand they do have to have some bezels because you will be using this as a tablet, but again, they could have slimmed it down like they did on the Surface Pro X, and I'm anticipating that the next iteration of the Surface Pro will have slimmer bezels. But don't get me wrong, despite the bezels, this is still an excellent display. Now, when it comes to battery life, Microsoft claims about 10 hours of mixed use. I got 8 hours and 7 minutes on my continuous web surfing test over Wi-Fi at 150 nits, which is just about all day. But again, it depends on what you're doing with the device, so it might vary. Now, as far as the charger itself is concerned, it now has a 65-watt power adapter included in the box, and it'll take less than 2 hours for full charge, and that's pretty good. Okay, let's talk about performance. My unit has the Intel 10th generation processor. It's the Core i5-1035G4 with Intel Iris Plus graphics. Now, this is a fanless design, of course. If you go to the Core i7, it will have fans in it, so keep that in mind. But having said that, pretty good numbers as far as the Intel 10th generation processor, as you can see from these results. Certainly good for Microsoft Office, email, web browsing, watching media such as Netflix, YouTube. It's excellent. Now, as far as gaming is concerned, this is certainly not a gaming device, but you can play some games if you lower the settings, and they have certainly playable frame rates. But some of the more modern titles, AAA titles, are not going to run quite as well, if at all. Windows Store games certainly play fine on this, and this is a great device that if you want to play the occasional game, you can do it. As far as the SSD is concerned, very good reads, not so great writes, so I was hoping for a little bit better, but certainly passable. Now, when it comes to the thermals, I have the fanless design. It's the Core i5, so it didn't get too hot, although if you're really pushing it, it does start to get a bit warm, of course, on the back, but nothing outrageous, nothing overly uncomfortable, so that's pretty good. Now, as front-facing speakers, and I always like these Surface speakers, I actually think they get pretty loud. They have some decent sound, pretty full and rich considering this is a thin and light tablet. I think they did a very decent job once again. And you still get a headphone jack. Amen. So this is the front-facing camera on the new Microsoft Surface Pro 7. Infrared camera, Windows Hello camera. It actually works really well, especially for Windows Hello login. I have to say 1080p, 30 frames per second, looking really good on this. So I'm very happy with the quality of the front-facing camera on this. Now the rear-facing camera is actually really good as well. I want to know what you think. Let me know in the comments section below. Okay, to wrap it all up, can I recommend the all-new Microsoft Surface Pro 7? Is it worth your hard-earned money? And the answer is absolutely. This is still the leader in the 2-in-1 category, although it's not a huge jump from the Surface Pro 6 as it was last year from the previous models. This is a more of an iterative update, not a revolutionary update. So if you have a Surface Pro 6, I think you're okay. But for those coming from an older 2-in-1 device, this is definitely the one to look at. I like its bright, vivid Pixel Sense display, the strong performance out of that Intel 10th generation processor, the Ice Lake processor. I like its premium metal design, and I love the inclusion of a USB-C port. Although it's not Thunderbolt 3, it still adds more to the table. I also like its comfortable signature type cover, and I like the very good cameras that this does have. Now, a couple of negatives here. It's not user upgradable, but neither was any of the previous generations. It's got a slower SSD. I'm not sure why they did that, and the shorter battery life than the Surface Pro 6 might turn off some, but it's not a huge difference. And the type cover and the pen are separate purchases, making this a very expensive device when it's all said and done. But it is an excellent choice, and I'm going to give it a score of 92%, making the Microsoft Surface Pro 7 worth your money. So what do you think about the Surface Pro 7? I actually really like it. Now, this is not a revolutionary upgrade. This is more of an incremental upgrade as far as the difference between this and its predecessor, the Surface Pro 6, and for good reason. If it ain't broke, why fix it? As far as the build quality, it's absolutely gorgeous and excellent, rock solid. I got the Platinum this time with that poppy red type cover and pen, and I gotta say, I like the combination. Now, you can get it, of course, in a matte black. You can get different color Alcantara type covers as well. It's up to you. It's whatever you think it looks nice. Now, I gotta say, this pen does really work well. Great for taking notes, great for sketching out artwork, 4,096 levels of pressure sensitivity. The magnet is strong here on the side, so you can keep it there. It's really good and doesn't fall off. Strong connection to the keyboard cover as well. Now, it's a really versatile machine, of course. It allows you to use it in tablet mode or to attach the keyboard for more productivity work. So I like that versatility that this brings to the table. Now, the battery is a little bit smaller this year, so that's one big change. And it's not a big change. You will get reduced battery life, but not significant. And the other change you'll get is that they went with a Type-C port here. Now, it's not Thunderbolt 3, unfortunately, but it is a Type-C port, so we're moving in the right direction, and you can charge the device via that Type-C port, so that's good as well. But we're not there with Thunderbolt 3. Hopefully that's going to come down the road. So a lot of good improvements here. I think if you have the Surface Pro 6, I don't think you need to worry here about upgrading to the Surface Pro 7. But if you're coming from a device that's earlier than that, its predecessors, this is a really worthy upgrade. This is definitely the leader in the 2-in-1 category without a doubt. I have no hesitation recommending it. So please hit the like button, please subscribe, please share this video. Don't forget to leave a comment in that comment section below. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if there's a device or something out there you think I should review. I'll do my best to try to make that happen. Don't forget to check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course my website, amdtechreviews.com. So until next time, this is Andrew from AMD Tech. See ya. Hey everybody, it's Andrew, and this is my review of the Microsoft Surface Book. Hey everybody, it's Andrew, and this is my review of the Microsoft Surface Pro